Hey guys, it's Gino coming at you with UFC Paris first look breakdown. Don't have a bunch of lines, don't have a bunch to work with yet, but we're going to make some picks and we're going to take an early look at each fight on the card. Before I get started, if you have not done so, shame on you. And if you're watching this video again, shame on you. All of you, shame. But stop being shameful and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me a comment. I don't even care if it's a letter. I would prefer you to tell me who your favorite fight is early. But if you don't want to do that, just leave me a comment with a letter. Say what's up, something. What that does is it boosts the algorithm and helps the channel grow. All right, so first fight. Not going to spend a lot of time. It's Gane. I think he beats Tuivasa. Tuivasa does always have that potential to get a KO, TKO, but I don't see that happening against Gane. I think Gane solidified himself in his last fight against Ngannou, and I think he gets a KO win here. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time talking about it because I just think Gane is the better fighter. So we have Vettori versus Whitaker. I'm taking Whitaker. I think Whitaker's the better fighter. If you look at what he did against Izzy, he's fought him twice. He gave him a really good run for his money. This last time he was knocked out the first time, but he's just continued to improve, and I think he showed that in that decision loss to Izzy. He's fighting a Vettori who has fought good guys. Vettori has an upside of 11 takedowns, which he was able to get against Holland. Don't see that happening here against Whitaker. I see Whitaker being able to get the win here. Within 3 rounds, he could end up getting a finish, but I just like him to get a win here. Now we have Kopylov versus Chirico. I'm going Kopylov. I think that Kopylov has a lot of finishes. I think he's aggressive. I like him to just come out. I think he could get a finish here. But now he is fighting a guy with little takedown history and Chirico, but he also has mainly decision losses over his career. So with that it's a little risky talking about Kopylov coming out and getting just a straight up finish here. If you look though, Chirico has a round 1 win versus Buckley, and that was a KO. But I mean, I'm interested to see how Buckley does this week. So I'm not ready to sell a whole bunch on that. So the pick here is Kopylov. You got Makdessi versus Nasrat Hakparast. All right, I'm working on these name pronunciations. All right, so we have Makdessi. I like Makdessi. I think he's 4-1 over his last 5. He has some decent wins in Pearson, Pinedo. He has an 89% takedown defense. He doesn't have a takedown upside. He has 51% striking accuracy. He does have a few finishes, and he's also been finished. If you look on the other side of it, Nasrat, he has no takedown upside, so he's not a threat there. If you look at him, he's 2-2 over his last 4. I just don't think Bobby Green's that good, so him losing to him, maybe I'm just overselling it, but that makes me like Makdessi a lot in this fight. I think he can get a win here. I also think he can get a finish here. Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Jourdain. I like this fight a lot, but I'm going to pick Nathaniel Wood. I think Nathaniel Wood is quick on his feet. I think that he is a good fighter. I think he had a great showing against Charles Rosa, and I think he continues here against a very talented Jourdain. Now, Jourdain, all his wins are finishes except for the Ewell decision. So that's something to think about. He was submitted by Rosa in round 3, so he has shown the potential to get finished. But I do think he gets knocked off here against a good Nathaniel Wood. You got Quinones versus Taha. I'm going Taha. Here's why. He's minus 305, and I think he's minus 305 rightfully so. He has the round 1 win against Boston Salmon. He was taken down 6 times though against Morozov, but he mainly has finished wins, which tells me he could pay well. Don't have the DK pricing yet, but that could pay well in DraftKings. Now he's fighting a guy who's fresh off the Contender Series, and he just doesn't have much experience. I'm gonna go with the experience. I think Taha has the experience. I think that he gets a win here. He has experience in terms of fighting better fighters. So I'm going to go Taha. I think he gets a win here, but I still have to look at the lines. I still have to watch some more tape on it to give you my 100% definite, but as of today, Monday, I like Taha. Joaquin Buckley versus Imavov. Okay, so I like Imavov here. I think that this is a hard fight. I know people are taking Buckley because of his striking ability. If you look at the Hawes loss with Imavov, I could see why people are saying that, but I just think Imavov is the more technical fighter. I think he's the better fighter. I think he gets the job done. I think he can extend this fight out and get a decision win, and I think that is what happens here. We have Magomedov versus Stolfus. I'm going Magomedov. I don't think Stolfus is that good. If you look at Stolfus, he has a submission loss to Mearshart. He has a submission loss to Vieira. He has a decision loss to Kyle Dawkins. All those losses, I mean, Kyle Dawkins is okay, but I mean, that's nothing that's going to make me really respect you a lot. If you look at Magomedov, he's really done well in other promotions. I think he's going to have a strong showing here in terms of coming out and fighting Stolfus. I think that he can get a finish here, and I think that they are setting him up to kind of build the resume here against the Stolfus. But could be wrong. I just don't think Stolfus is that good. All right. Gabriel Miranda versus Benoit St. Denis. All right, I am going St. Denis. I think that he gets the win here. I think he's strong. I think he's durable. I think he's shown that. And I think that Miranda he might try to land a submission here, but I don't see it happening. I see that not working out in his favor. Maybe St. Denis gets on top, wins a lot of ground and pound, and then gets a TKO. So the pick here is St. Denis. All right, Figlak versus Zayam. I'm going Zayam. I like Zayam. I think he is susceptible to be taken down, but he has the ability to get finishes as well as get a decision. He won't score well on DK without a finish. He has a submission loss to McKinney in round 1. He has a decision loss to Maj. I think, though, that he could get the win here because he is fighting a guy in Figlak who is undefeated in Cage Warriors, but he lacks experience in the UFC. I think Zayam has that edge on him. He is fighting a guy whose first fight is actually in the UFC, and the guy lacks quality opponents in Figlak. I think that Zayam gives him a little bit more of a test than he's used to and is able to get a win here at plus 170. So I'm going with the value of the dog there. Stephanie Egger versus Aileen Perez. Egger, man, she was a disappointment the last time getting subbed by Bueno Silva the way she did, but I think she bounces back here. I like this fight for DraftKings because I think both girls get a lot of finishes. But I'm going to go Egger. It's not highly confident, but I do like Egger to get the win here and possibly a finish. Aarons versus Gomez. I like this fight, but I think Gomez gets the win here. I think Gomez looks good on tape. I think he's aggressive. I think he'll push you against the cage. I think he'll wear you down. He got it. He got that round 2 TKO against Santiago where he wore him down, and then took him down and started pounding him and got a TKO win in the second round. Aarons, on the other hand, he can win decisions. He can win by KO, TKO. He can also win by submissions. He's a powerful puncher. He can get a quick finish, and he has shown to do so in the past. He spent a lot of time on his back against Ozildrim. I watched that film. He was on his back a lot in that fight, which makes me not like him, which makes me think Gomez can get on top, get top control, and win some more ground and pounds and get a win, possibly a finish. But I like this fight altogether. This is one of the fights I could see myself being heavier on for DraftKings. All right, guys. Hey, that's it. If you have any questions for me, reach out to me at TheRealGC9 and on Twitter. If not there, I've got the link to DFS Army. We got NFL coming up. Hit me up in the Discord, and we will talk shop. Hope this video helps, and I will talk to you guys later this week for the full card breakdown.